When last we left the party,
And last
Yeah.
we left the party,
I was dead.
you
Well,
were dead.
I mean, it's
Well,
ish.
you know,
I mean,
who's to say?
You are. You're the GM.
Oh, wait.
Oh, well.
You weren't dead. You were just played by Buddy Christ.
Oh, okay, cool.
Hey.
So we're going to rewind a bit, both for recap purposes, because someone wasn't here.
Let me get my Thanos gauntlet. There we go.
Yeah.
All right.
No, we're going a little further back than 10 seconds. Well, someone did aim for the head in last combat.
Yeah.
Do I have two heads now, technically?
No.
Okay.
Not yet.
No.
Term yet.
We go back to where we started last session, where you engaged in a fight with this two-headed giant, which was screaming out both giant and demonic curses. It was a grand battle where the giant spent most of his time getting up and falling down again. And then being hit by various things. Mark, you did very well. You kept hitting him while he was on the ground.
Well, yeah, I wasn't here, so I
did
roll
crit
my
several
dice
times.
Perfect.
Did crit several times. It is true.
Like that is how that works.
But it did help you had advantage on most of the hits, so there's that. I didn't use your eye beams. I figured that was probably safer not to do that in the crowd. So you have all of your eye beam uses left. I did blow a few key points.
Okay.
To flurry of blows.
How many is a few?
2.
Okay. There.
You're also down to 1 HP. I'm just kidding. You're not. You're fine.
I mean, it would not be unusual, you know.
No. You're okay for now. So
you keep saying that for now. That's the part that keeps worrying.
Oh, I mean, I can't make any promises in the future. I don't know what's going to happen. You could just decide to walk off cliff.
I do like walking off cliffs. All right, sorry, I'm going to stop interrupting.
And as the battle's wrapping up, I mean, you're in the middle of a large crowd, which got much more pressed into a ring around everybody as the battle continued on. Nobody really wanted to be a part of this. There were a few mercenary guards which did step up to help. One of them got crit in the face and died instantly, and so the rest of them buggered off and left the party to finish up the job. As the battle's wrapping up and everyone's making their best attempts to sever one of the heads from this giant, a lot of called I want to take their head off attacks. Mark, you see something as the dust is settling, which maybe gives you a little bit of pause. In the crowd, there is something that is unmistakably a religious symbol. This is one of those things where it's like you always hear about it, but you never thought you'd actually see it in person. You're talking, but I don't.
Sorry. I've never heard of a religious symbol before. That's brand new to me.
Really?
Apparently.
Well, there hasn't been a lot of it going around lately, but no, this would be more like so certain deities have certain signs, right? Certain things to look out for. And if you're at least a basic follower of one of them, you will know the basic ones. I mean, people like, more practiced clerics and priests and stuff will know the more advanced signs, right? You'll be able to look up at the, the sky and be like, oh, the wind's blowing southeast today and this twig fell in this direction. That's actually a sign from so-and-so. And everybody else is like, you're crazy. Half the time they are, maybe. Who knows? But I mean, deities actually walk among people, so people take a little bit of stock in that. But you see something that's just so almost glaringly obvious, you're surprised that it's not really catching the attention of everybody else. Or maybe it's not surprising because they just see you beat up a giant, and that's kind of where their attention is being focused on. There is an individual standing on the edge of a crowd, a Duragar, not that too unusual, but he's kind of dressed down, more like a pauper type. But that's not the most interesting thing. The most interesting thing is that he is surrounded by dogs. 7 dogs with this very golden fur, kind of like golden retriever type. And that just kind of clicks right there, because first of all, he's staring straightly at you and beckoning. Not creepy beckoning, like, come here. But,
Yeah, I'm like,
or it's
hold
like,
up,
come
hold
here.
up.
Ooh.
How terrified should I feel in this moment?
Well, and the thing you realize is that one of the number one signs of Bahamut is the pattern of 7. Specifically, an individual accompanied by 7 golden creatures.
All right, that's cool. I'm cool. This is me in character fumbling for my dice, like, oh my god, where's my d20? Where's my d20? I don't need that d20 anyways. It never does well, right? Okay, so oh my gosh. So okay. They're busy, right? Like they're not.
They're actually, and this is legitimately what happened. They're busy chopping off the head and putting it in a bag. That is actually what happened last time.
Like you do. What?
I mean, they're trying to make sure they don't do anything with the demonic head.
So yeah, so I look over at them for a second, and basically, it's like this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave them alone. So I'm gonna go ahead and follow this thing.
They're clearly busy.
Yeah, they've got other things going on. They don't. Whatever. They'll figure it out. I'm still trying to find my dice. Do I not have my d20? Oh my gosh.
Meanwhile, it's like Evil
right
Dead levels of gore
Yeah,
spraying up from as I'm just like hacking away.
At this point, that is what you're taking a bath out of. It's just whatever. Just embrace it.
And it's like, it's okay. Spirit of Dying. He's fine.
Oh Jesus. Okay, so yeah, I'm following. Let's do this. Let's figure this out.
So
Really
he
quick.
looks-
Thank you for that resub, Bragwin. I greatly appreciate that. Thank
I
you.
think I'm up.
And thank you for following Doom Rider. Go ahead.
He sees you approach, and this Durgar smiles very widely, very uncharacteristic of a Durgar. He's not acting at all like a Durgar. And he points to a place at the edge of the crowd where it's kind of away from everyone else. And he turns around and starts moving through the crowd, accompanied by the 7 dogs, which he seems to move almost effortlessly through the crowd, like he's really just passing through people. And it kind of seems like he is almost. The dogs are making their way through normally, though.
Tentatively, I'm going to see if I can also pass through people, like very lightly, with intent to, oh, sorry, as soon as I inevitably bump into someone.
Oh, you inevitably bump into somebody.
Okay, so I'm sorry about that. So I hang on. Let me roll my tumble check.
Yeah.
I want to be suave. I want to roll a 19 and blow my only good dice roll of the night on
I'm looking
going through the
suave.
crowd and looking suave
Perfect.
at it.
There you go.
I need to.
Sounds like what happened to me the other night.
Should just be a straight up Dex acrobatics, right?
Yeah, 19 plus whatever.
Oh, that is your roll.
yeah, I did actually roll a 19. That wasn't a joke.
No
It's,
problem. It looks natural. I mean,
yeah,
as a matter of fact, you help make sure the person doesn't even get knocked off his feet.
Perfect.
People are going like, "Oh man, that was crazy! Like, are there really demons here?" And
They're all here. No, I don't do that for real. That's not something.
Yeah, no. I'll set it with that roll. You're able to catch up to him relatively quickly as you make your way through, pretty effortlessly. And you can see as you get close. I mean, he's a little bit translucent. Whether or not he's like phased out or there's something else going on, you don't know. But he's literally moving through people.
I'm cartwheeling.
Yep. And you're just like
Trying to keep up.
And you get to the edge, and this is near the walled area. The crowd's not so dense in this particular area. You're a little bit away from people. And with that, he spins around, and the dog's going to go out and form a half C or half circle around him.
Mhm.
And they all look up at you almost in unison, and he just beams. And he leans forward to you and says, in a very non-Durgar-like accent,
You're strange for a Duragar. Now, see, if I was like Goku or an idiot, I would be like, you sounded pretty strange for a Duragar.
No, you're like,
okay there. No,
you're like, yeah.
I have a brain. In fact, I'm probably gonna, at the very least, genuflect here, like bare minimum reverence. Just.
Okay. You can't tell if he seems appreciative of it or not. I mean, he's already smiling. But he clasps his hands together and says, I am so thankful I have finally found you. I have come back to tell you that we have received your message.
God, I'm dead. It's over. I'm sorry. Whatever I did, I'm sorry. God, don't kill me. Don't kill me.
Why would I kill you?
Well, I mean, you got me outnumbered 7-1. I got.
Oh, they're harmless. They won't do anything. They're just here as my protectors. I guess that would be the right word. He looks down at one of the dogs, like questioningly, and the dog gives a little shrug, and then he goes back and says, "But tell me, what have you learned about the demonic incursions? I mean, that's the last time we've got any contact from the material plane of anyone who knows anything about what's going on."
So, for the sake of brevity, I recite. Like, I don't hold anything back.
Mm-hmm.
I don't try to deceive. There's no, like, I don't lie by telling the truth. I am super upfront with him about everything. I have taken into myself demonic power to try and fight it. I'm gonna admit that. It's like the first thing I'm gonna open with.
It's
but
bold.
it has also given me the ability to sense the sheer quantity of demonic power that's been throughout here. I'm going to recite the thing where I'm actually, I want to do it kind of out of order because I want to finish by mentioning Demogorgon.
Okay.
Actually, showing up and attacking. I don't remember the name of the town, but the water lake town.
Oh yeah, the blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
No, he nods like you kind of get the feeling that he knows some of this already, but he's not interrupting you. Okay. But he nods along as you mentioned the demonic stuff. He says, "Oh yeah, it was a talking point for a moment, but there were more important things to worry about." And nods, a little more. And as you finish up, he says, "Well, seems that you've certainly been busy. I have to admit, I would have thought you would have known a little more about what's going on, but I suppose I'm used to different I'm
partied with that
types of creatures.
There's only so much I can do. I don't actually say that. I don't throw you under the bus to a deity. I'm not going to do it. Not that much of a dick. But I am going to apologize for real. Though. I am sorry. This has been priority A for me. We've been. Me and my fellows, we've been traveling. We've been trying to deal with the situation.
Trust me, I very much understand. I mean, Bahamut values independence, so we're all free to do what we will.
Well, no, the point is, I have been trying this. I apologize for how little success I've had. That's all I'm trying to say.
Oh no! No need to apologize. Well, not for that.
No.
No. Dude, don't worry. As a matter of fact, I mean, the reason I'm here is to, and I say here on the material plane, is to help in general. But you did come to mind since we received your message at the Seven Heavens. It's very, very strange. But I've had stranger messages, I guess. But no, I should let you know a little bit about what's going on. I suppose you're probably very, very curious.
Yes. It feels like someone has ripped open the abyss.
Well, I mean, you'd be exactly right. But
when it's confirmed, I just for character, I want there to be just a look of horror to wash over me. Because I never really thought this is anything more than a demon prince or two. Like, the idea that the abyss is actually, the gates to the abyss are open is probably one of the most horrifying thoughts in the setting. Top 3 at least. So that's just.
Yes. It says, well, if it brings you any comfort, it's much, much better on the material plane than it is elsewhere.
What?
As a matter of fact, I've been
That's
through.
Much worse than you already confirmed it to be.
Yeah. the last time I saw the Seven Heavens, I mean, there was this incredible army of which I'd never seen before. And you've probably felt it at least somewhat on the material plane. Most of the gods and their presences have retreated there to the Vended.
Yeah.
Bahamut no longer walks in the material plane as of some recent times, which, as I'm sure you know as a follower, is very unusual for him. But it's weird. I'm old enough to have lived through one other demonic invasion, and it never really was so quiet on the material plane. I would have figured that open war would have started by now, especially with the Prince of all Demons breaching into the plane. It's very, very unusual. It's odd. It's insidious almost. But I'm glad it hasn't progressed to such an extreme as it has in the past at this point.
In the back of my mind, I'm just thinking, we're dead. We're all so dead. They're coming out of the walls.
Coming out of the walls.
Never mind. It's a reference.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I see.
Look, what I'm trying to say is, it sounds to me like either the attack of the Seven Heavens directly is a feint, or this is a feint, and both of those terrify me.
I mean, I could only speculate. I wasn't really much for battle or war tactics. Just a little more than the scribe.
Fair, yeah, that's fair.
Okay. To address the questions I'm sure you have on your mind, because I can see it.
No.
You're wondering if our friend Bahamut is really concerned about the path you've been taking, because I did say it did come up once. There was a lot of other stuff, but
real quick, this is probably the best time to do 2 dice rolls, or maybe just 1 dice roll, and the other thing's just a thing.
Mm-hmm.
First thing I want to do is I want to sense demons.
Okay.
On him, basically. The second thing I want to do is sense motive on him.
Yep. So there'd be sense demons and insight, which the first one is just an ability you have.
Yeah. So the insight's actually not a bad roll. That's going to be a 19 on total, and sense demons.
Yeah, I have to read exactly what this does.
Oh, geez.
Because it has been a little bit since I actually saw it. First of all, you die. We'll get that out of the way. Here it is. Most recent one. Sense. Spectral sight. That's what it is. Your eyes glow with a fiendish flame. Oh, he'll love this.
Oh God, no! Undo. I don't want it to be.
Okay, yeah. You're using as the bonus action one. You gain blind sight, so you have blind sight for a little bit. And creatures you detect that's blind sight appear as fiery glowing silhouettes of their physical appearance, and you see the silhouettes of a shapeshifted fiend in its true form. This lasts for an hour, so you got it for an hour.
Okay, so I pop that on as long as my eyes don't glow.
I mean, they do.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm like, hey, I'm sorry, this is just too terrible, and I'm like looking through my hand, like peeking, like there.
So
super subtle.
He doesn't seem to be here, so you don't detect the silhouette of anything.
Okay.
On him. But I mean, like, you don't get a fiendish sense from him or any of these creatures around here. Yeah. So and the dogs, they're not fiends. Otherwise, you would detect them in their true form. They just seem to be dogs when you're looking at them with the blind sight.
Okay.
Although, go ahead and make me a. So you have advantage in this. Advantaged perception check.
Well, the first roll is a 19, so let me be greedy.
Okay.
See if I get a 20. Oh my God.
Did you get a 20?
I got a 20.
Okay.
We're gonna have combat later tonight, and I'm so sorry for all the twos and ones.
One.
Yeah.
What am I adding to that? I'm sorry. Perception.
It's your perception. So
that's gonna be 23.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll go in order here. You don't think he's a fiend. You don't even think he's physically here right now. The dogs don't appear to be fiends. the insight check you get from him is that he seems very. You can tell he seems very genuine, but very unused to dealing with mortals.
Okay.
I guess
So-
that's no much. That's or short-lived creatures or something like that.
Yeah. He's awkward. I get it. Okay.
He's awkward. He's probably leaving stuff out that he probably assumes you know that you probably don't.
Got it.
You kind of get the feeling that he's expecting too much of the fill in the gap stuff.
Okay.
The third thing is the perception check is you see somebody in the crowd, because there's a lot of people around here, who doesn't seem to be what they appear to be.
I turn and just stare at Cadiz.
yes, he is Demogorgon. Congratulations.
I know.
You figured me out before the sword did somehow.
Yeah, the sword's totally bad.
Swords
It
are
has a wisdom of 1. It's not hard to figure out.
No, you see the true form would be you've seen one of these before. One of the drow in the crowd is one of those handmaidens of Loth that you encountered before.
Oh God.
And it doesn't seem to have its attention focused on you, but on the scene over there. But it's one of them's in here.
Well, I've got this for an hour, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm just gonna pocket that for later, I think.
Okay.
All right, so Bahamut hates me. That's good.
No,
to know.
Bahamut doesn't hate you. He's just how did he put it?
I'll kill him the moment I see him. I'll rip his head.
Oh yeah, that was
Paraphrasing.
It. No, I'm paraphrasing here, but there was concern that you're walking a very dangerous path, but it is one's duty to lend aid to those in need, however they choose to do so. So it can be used for great justice. But if you stumble, your fall will be quick.
Terrifying, admittedly, but I did already.
I also
know that.
think there was also a little, there was some other stuff going on with, the demonic invasion that he was a little more concerned about.
Yeah, he's got only so many hours in the day. I
I don't know.
understand.
I wasn't there for too much longer before I don't want to say kicked out, but he asked me to go check on the material plane because he wasn't going to be there.
Gotcha.
So I'm not really sure what your plans are next. I'm going up to the surface to see what's happening there. I've been in the Underark for a bit, looking around. I think I've seen most of the stuff you have. There's very strange demonic activity around here. It's very, very weird. But I need to see how the surface is doing. I don't know what your plans are.
Apparently, my plans would be abandoned by my God and my God's servant.
Again, bold.
It's just,
I mean, if that's how you really feel about it.
It's legit. I understand. I'm not exactly important. I'm just kind of here. No, I'm not actually saying that again. I need to stop Joss Whedoning this. I am. I'm kind of. Oh my gosh, about this whole thing. But I think what really is there. Is there any advice or guidance, or is there an overarching plan? Like you say, you're not into tactics. Let me rewind this question a little bit. Mm-hmm. I am into tactics, and it feels to me like we should be more about coordinating. So you're checking the surface. I'm going to stay down here because I'm still with my allies here, and we're going to try and figure out what we can. And obviously, we've got issues in this very town. I don't know if you, and I'm going to point to the servant of Lolth. We've got issues over here right now, so we're gonna have to figure out what's going on there.
He looks over there, but you can tell he doesn't really see the same thing.
Okay. So the point being, why don't we set a reconvene point/date?
Oh.
That way it'll be easier to reconnect and reconnect.
Well, maybe you can send your servant again.
My servant.
The unicorn. From my understanding, wait, was that not right?
Tears. In character, there's just tears. That was more of a one-off
Oh,
deal. That was not a...
so there's none among you who can just summon unicorns freely? No. It's got a little lower level than I thought.
Look.
Yeah, what are the odds on the wild magic table again for that one?
Yeah. I mean, it's possible. I'm not saying no.
Technically.
I could get struck by lightning while in the Underdark, and I could summon a unicorn. These are options.
There's only two options.
There's only the two.
All right. 50-50. I like those odds.
Hang on. I pull out a gold coin. Here we go. Let's see.
Yeah.
So, oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't. That was me. Okay. So let me get a little more in character here for a second. I told you tactics is more my thing. And tactics, if you're not aware, is about not having the advantages. It's about not being on top. It's about being in a weaker position like I am currently in. So yes, we did manage to make a situation work to our advantage, and we did manage to get a hold of a unicorn, and we did manage to send a message. But we don't just have the ability to do this. You know what I mean? Hence why I'm saying we should coordinate for a future correspondence.
I see. Well, I'm roughly 500 or so miles away right now, so I'm not in the immediate vicinity.
You know what? I have an idea.
But
do I have... You can find me, obviously, because you can send, right? Because you're sending this message right now. So here's a thought.
Places I've been before.
It's only locations. It can't be like items that you can anchor to.
How about this? I propose this. Why don't you use one of my protectors as a messenger? He points at one of the dogs. And dog gives him a dirty look.
Yeah, I was going to say, what does the dog think of this particular idea?
It says something to him in what languages do you speak?
Oh gosh, it's Dwarven, Elven, and Common, and that's it.
Okay, so he says something to him in a language that sounds a lot like Draconic, and
I can infer from the tone, and I'm just going to be like, he doesn't have to. If he doesn't want to, I understand.
Oh no! I mean, it's.
I don't want to be.
He's concerned for me. That's the problem.
I look at the dog's reaction to that sentence.
You kind of think it's a little bit of column A, column B. It's like kind of you think he probably thinks he has more important things to do, but at the same time, you know. But he says as a servant of Bahamut, you are duty bound to perform this task. And the dog has that. Oh, I know. Look.
You really don't have to.
No.
Not
trust me.
Trust
me. This will be much better. This will be much better. I have much faith in him. And the dog kind of plods over and then sits down next to your side.
I'm sorry.
And the Durgar says, "Well, unless there's something else, I have much to think about, but I can offer you this advice." I believe that the war will go well. I don't know tactics, but I mean, Bahamut and his allies have never let us down before.
I'm sorry. Real quick. I don't know anything about how to play StarCraft, but I know how to A move. So, because that's what I just heard. Just A move.
Yeah, I mean,
just A move. It's cool. Why are my units losing? Sorry, go ahead.
But if there's one thing I do know, like I said, it's writing and script and stuff, and I'm studied in books and literature.
Okay.
And even though I've only experienced one demonic invasion in the past, I've read about many of them. And the circumstances here are different. Normally, there's a pattern. Right? Every invasion, every march, everything follows a pattern. And in this particular case, there's not one that I can see. That's why it doesn't make sense. Like normally, for an invasion, this would happen, and this would happen, and then the forces of good push them back, and then balance is achieved. And it's different this time.
One last question before you go.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have, you, anything you're aware of, have any word on the goings on of, I can't think of his name, the demon, or no, the devil, excuse me, the devil.
Devil?
I can't think of his name. Ninth Circle. He's behind the Blood War.
Asmodeus?
Asmodeus. Do we have any word on what's going on with Asmodeus right now?
Oh, yes. Very, very little, since they don't seem to be involved in the demonic surge, which, I mean, big surprise. But the last I heard before I left the Seven Heavens was that he was trying to move into the Abyss, as he normally does.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know.
Yeah. Let me think. I know there is a place of power around here. That if you're wanting to reconnect to Bahamut in a greater way, you could perhaps seek that out. It's been here for a long, long time. As a matter of fact, it was here before the city was built.
Convenient.
Yes. Well, they probably built it around it, let's be honest. It is... it should just be a simple cave. I know was before the city was built, was tended by the stone giants. Helpful folk, very, very into literature.
Are they the two-headed stone giants, or I think of the wrong people? Okay. Just making sure. No reason.
No, that's the other weird thing. The demonic corruption that has happened, and this is why it was brought up, is taken like a very odd form. Normally, you don't see a lot of mortals being corrupted like this so fiercely and involuntarily. Normally, it's voluntary, right?
Yeah, no, I understand. Strangely,
yeah. I mean, cults rise up and they do all sorts of very, very stupid stuff, and then they end up possessed that way. But normally, unless there's a deity a demonic prince or something like that, that's very powerful, who's very nearby, that doesn't happen. But it just seems to be happening through just ambiance.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying it's weird. It's insidious. It seems to be seeping into the core of this place instead of just a wave of demons washing over and destroying everything. So I'll tell you what. You can send messages through my friend here.
Scritches.
It seems to appreciate it.
If it wants me to stop, I will.
It doesn't.
I'm not trying to be condescending.
It doesn't make any effort to do that. He says, I will, once I get to the surface, of course, I need to check in with the priest of Bahamut, make sure the chromatics aren't doing anything weird. I got to check on the Temple of Tiamat. Like, that's the first place I got to check and make sure nothing's happening there. I mean, you understand.
Yeah.
I mean, technically a demon. Although we didn't see her at the Seven Heavens.
It's interesting.
I mean, she normally doesn't convert with the normal crowd because she's stupid. You'd think one of those heads would have a brain, but nope.
I mean, when they were passing out brains, they skipped a step there.
Yeah. But got to make sure. Sometimes she can be a little conniving.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm sorry I don't have more good news. I could sense you're not incredibly pleased with this, but it is what I have.
Your powers of perception are amazing.
Yes. Now, I mean, that's the, I don't want to say the downside, but the downside of Bahamut, everyone's so independent, it's hard to keep a communication network going.
Yeah, it's okay. We've got 2 now.
Yes, that's right.
We're up to 2.
It's so weird. You know, even the aspects of Bahamut aren't actually like avatars of him.
Actually, I didn't know that.
No, it's completely true.
That's
They're Bahamut, but they're not Bahamut. They're completely independent.
That sounds fascinating.
Mhm.
So how would I gain this power of being? No,
it's actually pretty easy. You have to sacrifice
Early and
yourself.
inconvenience.
oh yeah, sweet.
No. I kid a little bit, but I mean the form it's not, well. There's two paths, right?
Mhm.
The first path is be a metallic dragon.
Hang on.
Check.
All right, check. Good. Next step.
Well, if you were the one who is summoning unicorns, I would say it's a little more possible for you. But take a couple steps back from that. I'm just saying that as far as the, I've heard of people actually polymorphing themselves.
Well, yeah, it's a thing,
but it's only like powerful.
So all I can turn into is a blob. It's not really.
There's another thing called the Rite of Rebirth.
Rite of Rebirth.
Yes, that. It's a ritual. You'd have to actually look up how to do it. I mean, I could explain it to you, but I don't think you want to stay here for days.
No, yeah.
And memorize everything.
I mean, they're still chopping that head off, but I probably should get over there in a minute.
Oh, no, you actually look back, they're gone.
Oh God, my part. So this is what I'm going to Kool-Aid back in.
Well, actually, didn't Mark take the head?
No, you did last time. What happened last time is you looked around for him because you were trying to make sure he wasn't sucking the demonic power from the head.
Wow.
And then he was gone.
It's not enough, I need real sources of demonic power. This is like a single. This is like those airline peanuts. That's what this dude is. It's just enough to not satisfy you.
Are you sprinting off?
Yeah, no, it's like, oh gosh, my allies and comrades have left. Thank you again very, very much. What was your name? I'm sorry.
Oh, I mean, I used to have.
Got it. Radagast the White. I'll write that down. What's your name now?
So I don't. He thinks for a second. He says, I mean, I guess your name is just Bahamut when you become an aspect. You don't actually take like a new name.
Well, but independently, it's convenient to have a different identifier so that we know which one's which.
He says some incomprehensible name in Draconic.
All right, hang on. Tilclarf.
No, it's like Panrukak next like Lax like Sendalar.
Veilastraz. I'm gonna call you Veilastraz. Is that cool? Just rolls right off the tongue.
That's fine. That's a very simple name, but okay.
It's simple is pure, so it indicates the strength of it.
Okay.
Other people put on airs of long names. Mark. I'm not called Markensula Fintarius, the Noshkivaririman.
But you could be.
I could be, but I'm gonna go now.
You should really learn Draconic.
Beautiful
language, full of apostrophes all over the place.
Yes, I know. I tried it when I was a kid, which was 3 years ago because I'm very young. I'm a really young dwarf. So, I thank you, Veilastras, very much. I do appreciate it. What title shall I call them? As I'm pointing to the wolf.
Oh, it hurts so much not knowing Draconic. He looks at him for a second, and you can tell he's about to like say like a Draconic name, and he's like, well,
well, no, hang on. What's the Draconic name? And then chop off everything except for the very first chunk.
And he says, yeah, that's what I was thinking about doing.
Just
Bob. Bryn.
Got it. Bryn. Okay, so hang on. So.
And the dog says he says in Draconic, it just goes, Bryn.
Look! What do you want? If I'm in the middle of combat, I'm not going to waste my entire round saying Bryn Thoritarian a Shoslavimit Kivfobadar. I'm going to say Bryn.
Is that a free action?
Yeah, it's not a free action at that point. You got to understand the tactics. I know neither of you know tactics because you're both dumb. You're draconic. You're flowering as I hate Bahamut. It's not a phase, Dad. All right.
Okay.
So,
bye.
bye. And then I rush off and I use my Kool-Aid man sense to find them.
So fast forward a little bit.
Someone's phone goes off the moment I leave.
Oh, it's for you.
Oh, okay.
No, so fast forward a little bit. You spend some time trailing them, and we catch up to where we are in the present. So what happens is this actually worked out perfectly because they took like a specific path where they were going very fast by someone who knows where he's going through a bunch of maze-like alleyways. You end up trailing. Were you? I think you were. You were at the session where they summoned Droki, who grabbed Asha and ran off, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, they summoned him again.
Okay.
To lead them after emerging from a cave accompanied by a stone giant. And the stone giant accompanied there, and then they left without the stone giant.
Okay.
They probably killed him. No, just kidding.
Reasonable.
And you spend some time trailing them, and you go into the Darrow slums of the city, trailing them. And this is, a literal madhouse. There's people that are, I don't want to say homeless, but they probably are not in a great mental state. They probably have homes, they're just choosing not to live in them. This is, everyone is insane here. There's no better way to put it.
Well, we're well at home.
Yeah, and this is happening down in the crevasse here. This is where it eventually leads.
Yeah, I see it.
And you're spending some time having to dodge patrols. Luckily, you are following Droki and the group, who seem to know specific ways to go. And eventually ends up going down into the crevasse, and you are just trailing them through a path which leads to a cave that has some phasers at the entrance. And they've obviously gone in there.
So Bryn is with me, right?
Mm-hmm.
When we go in, I'm going to actually be watching this in character. Does Bryn react to the phaserist at all?
Yeah. The dog scrunches up its nose. It'll actually tell you, and just tell you this in common.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
It says, Phaserus is evil stuff.
I hate phaserist.
It's been all over the place. Wherever the demons go, it's present.
It's all over the place in the Underdark right now. Are you going to be okay in here?
I've lived through worse.
Not quite a yes, but okay. I'll tell you what, I'll get you a treat afterwards.
Thanks.
And can we headcanon something out of character? Like, I don't know this in character yet, but I want this dog to have never tasted bacon. And I want that to come up later.
Bacon? It's bacon?
Bacon!
We'll see.
Yeah.
I can't read. Okay.
Okay. So it scrunches up its nose, but you both go through there and make a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah. I gotta do that too.
He has to make one too.
Oh, thank God. I'm still doing decent rolls. That's a 20.
Okay.
Unnatural.
It feels like he walked through a cloud of headache.
Oh.
Or it's like, this is definitely not good for the mind, but
Yeah.
you steel yourself and you can
Why
tell.
are they going in here?
Mm-hmm. Well, good thing is you catch up to them.
Okay, so now where are they exactly?
Well, so they cross the polluted pool of water. They go down some very weird-looking hallways, which twist and turn. They skip several dog legs, which go off to the left, or not dog legs, pathways which go off to the left and the right, and you eventually catch up to them as they are creeping along a passageway. Droku's no longer with them. It's just Ront, Testin, and Liam as they are approaching what sounds to be like some commotion just down the hall. And then we'll come back here.
So what I think I'm going to do, for no nefarious reasons, I swear, I'm just going to hang back for right now and watch. And then that way I can backstab them much more efficiently.
Where's the nefarious part?
I'll actually do I'll do an actual stealth check. I'm still rolling well, so that's going to be a 19 on my stealth.
It wasn't me. It was the dragon.
Right.
I'm just kind of hiding around the corner back here while you guys do whatever it is you're doing.
With a pen knife.
There we go.
A dragon with a pen knife.
Perfect. Here we go.
Oh.
And let me do this.
You stick back here with me.
Because you know I'm older than you, right?
I'm trying to be nice here, okay? I like you and I feel bad for you, so I'm trying to be as accommodating as I can. I'm pretty sure everyone in this entire adventure is older than my character. So anyways, I'm just staying back.
I might not be because I'm just a human.
Well, I'm 20-something, so...
Yeah, he's a baby dwarf.
Yeah, I'm super young.
I thought, okay.
I don't have it written down here. It's written down in somewhere. It's 20-something.
All right. So we come back to where we left off last session, where you were hearing some what sounded like Darrow making some very odd comments around the corner about feeding and eating and doing things to bears. I'm gonna leave it up to Liam and Taston and Ront, because I believe you're about to spring an ambush. Is that right?
I believe that was the case.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just as a reminder, believe these are some cultist type people. Not that Mark would know that, but all right. So in that case, let's go ahead and start off with some initiative.
Alrighty.
And everybody has been stealthy, including the person coming up from behind.
He's been extra stealthy. All the better to stab you with.
Wow. Surprisingly, not entirely terrible.
Oh, yeah?
15.
Okay.
Same.
Oh, who wants to go before each other?
What's your dex mod?
+1.
I've got a +3.
You go first then.
Okay.
Okay.
I got a 6. I have high dex.
I know. That's weird.
Franklin just put the Leroy Jenkins.
Thanks, Franklin. That's
Yep.
That's me back there. All right. Yeah. I just flail right in. And the dog's just like, what have I got myself into?
Oh God, that was perfect.
What does Ront have?
Ront has 17.
Wow.
He is
actually
so ready.
He's so ready for this. Yeah. All right. And our important figures here. Go ahead.
So I think Ront should go first.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's definitely going to go first. I mean, why wouldn't he? He's an orc. He just wants to charge in.
I mean, I guess, yeah, that makes certain sort of sense.
All right.
Unless you tell him not to.
Ront is a man of the people. He does what the people want. No, he's kind of doing his own thing. So I would say, yeah, he's probably gonna pick the nearest target and just do full run in and Ront smash.
I rolled really hot. Not that it really matters because they're surprised, but they feel better about themselves, I guess. I need a bar. Where is the bar? That's the wrong bar. They have so many types of bears in this. This is ridiculous.
Wow. Okay. So Bregwin just donated 500 bits to grant an advantage or disadvantage.
So Bregman, are you giving Ront a disadvantage on his initial charge attack?
This will be interesting.
I just want to know. You know, it's cool. We're cool. We can roll with things.
So let us know. Are you giving advantage or disadvantage, and who are you giving it to?
The dog. It's gonna be the dog.
No,
It just falls in its face. It's like,
so sorry, dog. I really am. I didn't want him to bring you. Honestly, I may have to kill you later. You know.
Oh wow! Why would you kill the dog?
Look,
that seems a bit dark.
Look, I'm just saying that he deserves to die. All right, no.
when you're 10 people, that's not who I need. I need a bear, not him. Do we find out who gets the?
So she's going to give advantage to Taston.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
There you go. You have advantage for something.
I have an idea. It's a dumb idea, but it's an idea nonetheless.
Fireball.
Always a good
Which would be
idea.
amazing, considering I don't have that spell.
The Grave Cleric bust out fireball. Something's wrong. All right. And you can start a little closer if you want to as well. I know we're not trying to do a running leap and then start combat. All right. So Ront. Ront charges in.
He's gonna Lancelot his way through. So first run gets him to about here, I'm assuming, right? With his movement.
Yep. And then I'd imagine you probably want to use aggressive.
Yep. And get him to probably about here.
Yeah.
Right about there.
So he just bolts in and like the conversation just dies. Like nobody says anything because this is just such. You never expect this. Just an orc running out of the darkness at you in your cave home. Like
they're talking about like recipes they're planning, you know, at the next meet and like proper seasoning for campfire meals, and then Ront decides to break up the party.
Yeah, it's like you're having a barbecue and then this bodybuilder just runs out and starts beating people up with an axe.
That just seems unnecessary. All right. So Ront gets a 9 on his 2 attack roll.
That's a +6 for him, right? Or is that with the?
No, that's the 9 is the roll on the dice.
Okay, that's more than enough to hit. I mean, he goes in here and you hear a quack.
Okay.
Oof.
Rolls a 5 on damage.
Oof. So let's say it's +4, so that's 9. So you hear a good meaty thwack when he gets in there, and the obvious sound of somebody losing a lot of their hit points.
Okay.
You know what that sounds like. And yeah, the orc cries, and you hear people scrambling around for stuff, but not before. Liam gets to go.
I don't remember. Is there Phaserus in here?
In this immediate, you know what? Move before I say anything.
Okay.
In this immediate area, no.
Wherever you end up stopping, you'll be standing in it. Just
let me know. I'll just put some environmental effects right on you.
Great, just right there. Perfect.
The D&D version of the director from Left 4 Dead.
Yeah.
Oh, you're doing pretty well. Plonk.
Why is the tank music playing? That's not good.
Do you hear someone crying in the? Yeah.
Oh no!
Wait for it.
I'm gonna say that's far enough.
Okay. So now that you can see into this room, there is, so you asked about phasers. So there is something that immediately stands out phasers related here. Not that there's like phasers all around here, but you see this this little coil on the floor right here.
Mm-hmm.
That seems to just be glowing with like multicolored phaserous color, almost like it's
Lovely.
just embedded in the rock right there. And this is, you've seen effects of things being inundated with phasers, like mushrooms and that sort of stuff. This actually seems to just be in the rock here and purposely carved out in a pattern.
Okay.
But you can continue. That's just the first thing that immediately stands out. You know, rock really.
Okay. What about the bear on the right? It looks like is it in like a cage?
Yes. So in this place, there are several cages, most of them, about half of them empty. There are no gates or doors or locks on these cages. And you can see why pretty quickly. The bears are chained up actually inside there.
Oh, it is chained up. Okay.
Yeah, but there's no actual like, cage. Probably was a door in there at some point in time, but it's decayed and like everything's rusting here. It's obviously not well kept. It also stinks in here too. They have not been cleaning this place out. The bears look a little mangy, and they also look a little abused. And there's something like there's just something wrong with them. Like they're sick or diseased or something like that, just beyond the mange.
Great.
Like they're like bulging, have like bulging out eyes. Like this one obviously has like a larger foot than all the other ones. They don't seem like they're doing too well.
Yeah.
That one Darrow's not doing too well either. He almost died. But the Darrow are armed with what looks like, or they will be in a second, with these peculiar looking, like rusty, almost like oversized fish hooks.
Okay.
Like
sure
they got
they're
a
clean.
spear and bent it around. And they have some very ratty, if you could call it, armor on. Otherwise, they're basically just barefoot. They've got some basic stuff set up around, and you can tell they've been eating on this fungus and mushrooms over here too.
Okay. Possible change of plans in just a moment here. I need to check the area of effect.
Follow-up question. What happens if a magic user eats phasers?
Well, you kind of know a little bit about that with the Asha experiment.
Well, okay, fine.
The short-term effects are, like dizziness, constipation, headaches, that kind of stuff.
Right.
Long-term effects? Well,
Please consult your doctor
yes,
to make
it's
to see
probably
if phase
not
right
good.
is right for you.
I mean, I think it's pretty accurate to say it's like being continuously dosed with radiation.
Hmm.
Okay.
If I've learned nothing from Fallout,
I mean, it does function a little more like Fallout radiation, I guess, but probably not as beneficial all the time.
Yeah.
All right. At this point, I'm just going to do chill touch.
Okay.
On, I think it's the range on it. Oh yeah, easy. Yeah.
All right.
That's a 23 to hit.
Oh, easy. Goes between Ront's legs and hits him.
Let's see, and that's
doing trick shots now. I get it.
Yeah. Ront's like, oh, yes, impressive.
And that is 8 points of necrotic damage.
Ooh. And that is enough. With Ront's hit and your necrotic damage, he falls down to the floor, looking almost as mangy from that necrotic damage as the bears. He's down.
All right. And that's it for me. So
Okay. Testing.
All right. Gonna run on in.
Mhm.
And I'm going to cast Shield of Faith on Ront.
Okay. So he has this glimmering shield around him now.
+2 to his AC for the duration. And that is my turn.
Well, so that was a bonus action. You see, you still have an action left.
Oh, I still have an okay.
Mhm.
Well, all right then.
Thornberry says, "Charge forward."
I guess I
Strike
can
that.
move to back up Rond.
Mhm. Yes. You sense surprise that you actually did what you wanted. Oh yeah, you get closer to like you. I mean, you're a healer, by trade. Even you can like there's just the scent of death and decay. Like, as you get closer to here, it's awful.
Smells just like home.
Yeah.
Oh,
No.
Well, as a grave cleric, I would assume he would properly prepare the dead, not like they've been doing. The bears are surprised. And it's Bren's turn. Bren looks up at you, Mark. And he says, "Is this something we should get involved in?"
I mean, I do plan to get involved in this. I'm not going to force you. I know you're doing a lot of things you don't want to do lately, anyways.
Well, I mean, that's our duty in life, right? We do things that we don't want to do, but we know we do it because we need to.
The truth.
So, oh, it's okay. I have 5 HP, and no, just kidding. He charges.
What?
No.
Get behind that wall right now.
No,
Stay there.
He is not. He is not that weak. Don't worry. He can move pretty fast though. Not as fast as you, but so Liam, this golden retriever like dog charges past you.
just
going full
there's
speed.
a dog.
hey.
Just out of absolutely nowhere.
And as it comes into the room, it barks out and says, "Don't worry, friends. I'm here to help."
See, I'm gonna make a.
I'm looking behind me.
Yeah.
Mark's like,
No,
"It is your turn, Mark."
I'm still stealth.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, with your
It is your turn.
6, I'm pretty sure I see you.
No. The 6 was
That's
the
an
initiative.
initiative.
The
Oh.
stealth was like
Yeah,
a
like a
19 or
19
something.
Oh, okay.
He's got a torch right in front of his face. Oh.
You don't see anything. You just see like glowing green eyes.
It's true because it's been less than an hour. So
God.
there's just into the darkness.
Yeah, that is still up, by the way.
Yeah. Speaking of it, is there anything here?
It's your turn. He had to use his movement to dash.
Oh, is it my turn?
Yes.
Okay, so I glance at the area, seeing if there's anything that is horrible death to him.
Horrible death to him?
As in, if I'm detecting anything with my eyes.
No. This place does smell, well, not only bad, but it does smell fiendish.
See, Liam is ruining my plans here, and so I got to think about if I can readjust this. If I just move, get all the way over there. But how much would I have to stealth to be invisible while going right next to Liam?
That's a hard sell. You're moving out into the open.
Yeah, that really sucks.
I'll put it this way: you would have to beat at least a 13.
Fine, I can do that.
Because that's my passive perception.
Like you're so distracted, and I'm like up against the wall. No, it doesn't matter at this point. So what I was going to do is I was gonna like sneak, probably like to here or something like that, and then or depending on where the battle moved, it was gonna depend. Like you got the bear over here, and I was gonna be like, oh yeah, and I just wanted to do that. I just wanted to Kool-Aid into the combat.
I mean, can you not?
With riding the bear?
I mean, grapple on top of, yeah. That was kind of the plan, yeah. So I could make it to here if I double move right now.
Well, don't forget you got your monk step of the wind too.
Oh, that's true. I don't know exactly that works. Where is it?
Spend a key point,
There it
bonus
is.
action, you get another dash.
Yep. Okay, I think I will go ahead and burn another key because I've got a few. And yeah, that'll more than make it. And I'm still going to be cute about it. But of course, that's like all the movement and action. So that's all I got right now.
So
I'll
yeah,
roll
so
another stealth check if I have.
Yeah.
Like Liam sees me, sure, but I'd kind of like them to not see me.
yeah, no, got it.
So let me. Oh, I rolled well. That's where's my stealth? That's going to be a 23.
23. Oh wow, that's pretty good. Do you want some of the penalties
you don't
for
see
just?
me.
I mean,
No, what happens is Liam is like, wait, what's the spell you just cast? It wasn't Fireball. It was
Chill touch.
Chill Touch. So like you're doing that, and it's like and you got just a little bit of it, and you look away for half a second as you're shaking your hand, and I go right by you as you're doing that, and then you look up, and I'm already gone.
I feel the wind.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
you
just-
feel
just-
me
you just-
going by. Yeah.
You have to pull your robe down. All right.
You think it's just a passive spell you have to make your cape billow in the wind?
There are spells for that. There's a hat for that, actually. They sell it in this city. All right. Darrow's turn. So Darrow are done being surprised. Even though this is still very surprising. And this one next to the fire right here says in Undercommon, which I believe, Liam, you can understand.
Yes.
He says, "This is a perfect chance to release the bears. Let's see what they really do." And he runs over here. And he is going to start unchaining this bear.
Oh dear. Thank you for following, Mirren. Thank you for stopping by. Have a good night.
This other one will go over here and start doing that as well with this one. That's third full action. And this one will pick up his little barbed spear and start moving in this direction. 10, 15, 20, 25. Oh, curse these short legs. 30. And since he's a crazy fool, he's just going to dash and go up here. And he looks at the dog and says, "Oh, more animals to experiment on. Yes." And then this other one will go and engage Raunt. It's like, I've never fought an orc before. Ugh. Ew. Does that hit? It does. So he manages to poke Raunt with his spear.
With the +2 AC.
Yeah. Even
Wow.
with that.
Damn. He hit good. All right.
He did, unfortunately. They have very small attack bonuses, but he rolled pretty well.
No. Oh.
So he takes, wait for it, 3 piercing damage as he gets a poke on his knee.
Paper cut. Hate to see it.
Yeah.
Doesn't he have some kind of damage reduction?
I don't think so.
Okay. I thought he did.
No. He got buffed for his attack, that temple, but
Maybe that's what I
damage
was
reduction,
thinking.
no.
Okay.
Not unless he takes some barbarian. All right, so what has happened is these Darrow over here who are by the bars, they have finished unshackling these two with their full action. And you can see that these two perk up, like they were just waiting for that trigger of the chains dropping to the floor to start moving around, and they start thrashing around. Although it's not their turn yet. This third one is starting to get like really excited because it senses there's a lot of activity happening, but it's still chained up. And it's Ron's turn.
All right. Well, Ront doesn't like being poked in the knee,
Mm.
so he's gonna fix that problem.
Stupid orc.
Natural 20.
Oh, no.
Holy hell.
2d12 plus 4. That's going to be good.
Does he have cleave?
No, he doesn't.
Oh.
13 plus 4, 17.
All right, so he he chops down the one that just poked him, and it goes over on the floor and does not get up. A lot of orc shouting going on. All right, Liam.
That's unfortunate. Okay. Ooh.
Oh boy.
All
I
right.
smell friendly fire
Good.
on the horizon.
Shh, you. Yeah. That definitely gives me line of sight. Okay. I'm going to cast Grease.
Oh, this wonderful spell. Okay. Okay.
I'm kind of missing. It's intended to be like right
Oh, gotcha. You want to get those
centered,
two
so I get
characters?
both the bear and the darrow there.
Okay. Fair enough. So you're looking at something like this? Is this right? Or do you want it?
I mean, as long as it's blocking the entrance or the exit for the bear from the cage, so that they're both.
It hits both of them, and it's a full block unless it goes through the wall.
Okay.
So. Okay. So now I believe I have saves to make, don't
I? Yeah. It's going to be a Dex.
Okay. I'll do the Darrow first. He's got a good dex. He should be fine. Ooh, he has a 21. And we'll do the bear. Not so good of a dex. I've rolled an 8.
That definitely fails.
Okay. So the bear falls over. Yeah. So as this thing falls over, you can tell there's been some surgery done in this bear. There's like scars and missing fur underneath it.
Oh.
All right. He's prone. Prone Jim.
Yep, and that's all I got.
All right, Caston.
All right.
Thornbury says, smite this Darrow. Do it.
And yeah, I'm going to go in for that.
All right.
Yeah, that's right on the keyboard. All right, 16.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Uh, 8.
Ouch. He gets burned pretty badly from the radiant damage, but is still standing. Just so.
Okay.
All right. And then we come to the bears. So just so we can get this out of the way, this one up at the top strains against its bonds, just trying to break out with pure strength alone. And it does. You hear the chain like pop and snap. This is rusty old chain anyway. And it uses its action to do that, but the chains go rattling all over the place as it, foaming at the mouth, comes out. And I got a little doggy right there. But I'm done with that turn. This other one, I need to make a choice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, okay. This one barrels past the Darrow, knocking it over. It goes prone. And rushes out at Mr. Glowing Sword here.
Uh-huh.
He got the stick. And it opens up its mouth, and you can see like, oh, it's got like half of its teeth are missing. It almost seems like someone has done some mechanical filing on them too to just like make them like really sharp and jagged. It tries to bite you.
That's super messed up.
Yeah. And it crits. All right. We're having some fun now.
Okay. Look at this handful of dice to show the damage here. Hold on.
Oh, it's okay. It just goes to 2 dice. And I rolled crap. 9 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And it rears around with its claw to try and claw at you with only a 14. Which I assume misses.
Which does not hit. Yeah.
Okay. Yep. It deflects off your armor, and you are still standing, I hope, after that bite.
Yes.
Probably want to get that looked at though.
Oh, I'm sure it's a clean win. Through and through.
Now I think I've got another check to see if I can even move anywhere with this other bear because I'm prone. That's half my movement, and then I have to make another check if I want to even try and leave this place, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh gosh, with my movement, I can't even leave, even if I do make it across. Well, this is great. Okay. Ugh. Does an 11 make it?
Nope.
Okay, so what happens is he gets up, slips and slides around, gets 5 feet, and then falls down again. So there he is. That sucks. It's difficult terrain, and I have to stand up, so I have no movement left afterwards. Okay.
What do you mean that sucks? That was brilliant.
All right. Ren turns around and snarls at this bear. And says, I don't want to bite this thing. I think it's got the mange. But he will try anyway. And he does manage to bite it and tear off a bit of it. And that looked a little too easy to tear pieces of that thing off. It does 6 damage to him. But bears have much more HP than that, even mangy ones like this. So he still continues to fight him. And Mark, we come to you.
Okay, so I want you to let me be cool.
No.
At no point in time.
All right. I want you to allow me to be cool.
Oh, okay.
How's that? All right, so here's what I'm thinking. So first we do the strength check through the wall, right?
Okay.
Then we do the strength check to jump.
Jump on the bear?
Yeah, jump on top of the bear.
Okay.
Then what? Then that happens.
You're going to suplex
The bear steps on you.
Oh, Jesus.
Suplex the bear.
And
I believe it.
now, let's see if we get to that step first, because this might take. So let's do the through the wall.
It's a strength check.
Yep. Oh, okay, so that's a 20-something. It's a 20.
Okay. Yeah, you grab these bars, and these things are brittle, and you just hear this crack and
yeah. It's gone. And now the jump.
Oh, there's this Darrow right here. He's like, what's going on?
18 on the jump check.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no problem.
Get on top of the bear. And
you've caught the car. Now what are you gonna do with it?
Now I'm torn because I've got 3 options. I can attack, which is boring. I can grapple, which is terrifying, or I can animal handling.
You can try any of those.
I got a pretty decent wisdom. Is monk, believe it or not.
Jump on your back. It's okay. I'm your friend.
It's okay. I'm here for you. It's okay. It's okay. It's all gonna be okay.
We're here to help.
Bite that thing over there. Specifically. I'm gonna do it. It's the weirdest thing I can do.
Okay.
Is Platty's not here tonight? I just realized that. I'm not gonna get a Platty roll.
Dark Tyrant has his dice.
Oh, that's true. We might have to have a Tyrant roll. Okay, so that's a 19.
A 19. Okay. So what are you trying to get the animal to do is the question before I say anything.
Stop being angry.
That's actually a really good question, because my knee-jerk thought, my automatic thought was, ally, join us and bite the enemies. But that might be asking too much. I don't know how trained these things are. I don't know how much of a brain they have left, because they're obviously kind of rotting.
You think that probably, without rolls, so you think that probably we're best buddies now? Probably not. Redirection of a target? Maybe.
Let's do redirect, and I'm just gonna try to convince it that bear over there looks much tastier.
Okay.
And I'm going to be kind of pull on its fur because I'm on its back.
So you
back
jerk this thing around, and it starts
there.
making some motions you noticed are all doing, like they've got a little bit of training in them as to how to actually direct things.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, I definitely don't have full control over this thing, but at least I think I can point him in this direction.
Yeah,
And
so
you wheel him around, and it's trying to snap at you, and then you point its head and give it this pat as it's staring at this huddle right here, and it growls, and you can tell it's getting ready to, on its turn, move in that direction.
Perfect. And that is that's definitely my
that was your action.
Yeah. All right, so
okay.
So bare knuckle boxing.
Yeah.
Bare knuckle boxing. All right.
I'm going to apologize now, Lore, for what I'm going to do next.
No, it's cool. It's cool. I understand. This is going to go well. I mean, you did just see a dwarf jump through a wall to.
That too.
This Dara stands back up. I've got a little bit of movement. So Mark, he stumbles up to you with his spear out.
I'm on the bear. I wanted to be very clear about that.
Oh yeah, that's fine. He doesn't care. He's like, hey, that's my bear. I've got the right to bear.
Finders keepers.
Arms. No.
Yep, there it is.
Damn it.
I will give you partial cover from this guy, which is +2 to your AC because you have
a bear.
Yeah. You've barely got some cover here.
Improvised cover.
God.
April Fools, this is the one time you can do it. All right, so he's going to try and attack you. I've rolled a 6.
Well, now this may surprise you, but even without the +2 AC, that's
what's the result?
That's not gonna. I mean, my AC is 17, so.
He looks down at his spear and says, I thought I was doing so well. Yeah. He says, if only I had another head.
That would be. It doesn't work out. Trust me.
This other one looks over his shoulder as he gets ready to attack somebody and says, hey, don't worry. Once we kill these guys, we can sew one of them on you. And
it's kind of dark.
Eternal optimists.
He's going to try and stab Ront again because that's been working out so well. And he rolls a natural 1. So he goes over to attack Ront, and Ront just puts his foot down and breaks off the end of his spear.
I was about to say, that's something probably happens to the weapon there.
Yeah.
Like he grabs it, like, excuse me.
Yeah. Ront just breaks the top of the weapon as he goes to attack him. This other one, I'm in Greece. Okay.
Frickin' Greece.
So he's going to try and move through it, and he falls down. He falls down at the edge of it and just splatters all over the floor. I guess he'll spend just his full action trying to get through this thing. I'm going to crawl because he's a Darrow. He just crawls. So he's prone over there, crawling towards the other side of the bear. It looks like he thinks he's real clever. He's like, yeah, there you go. This is how you do it. He's like, army crawling. Just going, saw this, heard this in the story once. It's Ront's turn.
All right. Yeah, he's not too keen on people throwing spears at him, even if he can break them. So that's 17.
Oh, yes, that hits.
7.
All right, and he takes down another Darrow. So with the return strike, he finishes it off. I'm guessing he probably does not want to move out of the attack of op range of these bears. So.
Not as much.
All right, so he wheels around to face the bear as we come to Liam's turn.
I'm going to hold my action.
Okay. Are you waiting for a specific trigger?
Yeah. I'm waiting for the bear to attack the bear.
Okay. Any precast, or are you just going to do it when it happens?
It's going to depend on what happens between now and then. It's one of two different spells that I'm going to cast, but I don't know which one is going to be yet, because I could have an opportunity to do a bigger one, but I'm not sure if it's going to line up.
Okay. Fair enough. All right, so Liam starts something, but waits a moment. And Taston, we come to you.
All right. Gonna cast Toll the Dead on this Darrow here.
I don't like that. All right. It's a wisdom save, right?
That is correct.
You know, insane people don't have great wisdom scores.
They have a different wisdom.
They have a different wisdom. They
Ish.
express that in the negatives. That's how they express it. All right, I've rolled a 5, which makes that a 2.
Ooh, okay. And he's full hit points, right?
He has full hit points.
Okay.
The bells, no. Not the bells again, but this time it hurts.
That's 8 and 6. So 14.
Oh my gosh, really?
It says when you reach level 5,
I know.
2d8.
Like, that
okay.
kills him.
I was like, did I read that right? Okay.
Yeah, you read it right. It's fully possible, but he holds his head and he just necrotizes and falls down dead in front of you.
All right. That's a little more effective than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
That'll do.
That kind of messed up, not gonna lie. He says as he finishes cleaving that one in two.
Yeah.
All right. Would you like? I guess you don't want to move anywhere, probably
I
from here.
don't want to incur attack from the bear that I'm standing right behind.
Speaking of bears, all right.
The bears.
So let's see who resolves first. Well, speak of the devil, Mark. I'm assuming people over there don't want to take an attack of op as it charges this other bear who's prone. Unless you do.
I mean, I'm not,
No.
if that's what you're asking. And I'm pretty sure they're not.
No.
Liam, it's over there about to bite that bear that's down.
How do you do the draw a line thing?
Cast World End.
Whoa. Kamehameha.
Undo?
Well, let's just erase it. Undo is going to lock everybody up.
Yeah.
There you go.
How do I make that line thinner?
Just when you've got it out, use your plus and minus next to your backspace.
Oh, okay. Guess that's as small as I can go. All right. So
Just lightning bolt. Lightning bolt.
that's bad.
Yeah, that's bad. Yeah, that's not too great for a couple people.
No.
So chain lightning the bears.
Like, I could probably take the hit, but could you not kill my celestial pal here? That would probably go.
Yeah, I
really
just
badly.
caught him.
Don't worry, I'm here to help. That'll teach you.
Why? Why?
Down, boy.
No. Oh, God.
Bragman remembered defib. Okay. I'm going to do ice knife then.
Okay. Okay. Oh, I'm guessing on this bear right here, right?
Yep.
Okay. That's gonna hit the Darrow too.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a 17 to hit.
That hits.
All three?
Hits also. So
sorry.
how does Ice Knife work?
Sorry. So it hits the target.
Yes.
The target takes 1d10.
Okay.
7.
Ouch. Taken.
The shard that explodes, the target and each creature within 5 feet must succeed on a dex saving throw.
Oh, okay. Darrow got a nat. Yeah, even with disadvantage, he got into the 20s.
Wow.
That's amazing. Bear did a 13.
Nope.
And main bear did even less. So bears failed.
All right. Both bears take 8 points of damage.
Ouch. Okay.
Real quick, do I have to make that save too?
No, you're 10 feet away.
Okay.
Unless you want to.
Yeah,
I mean, I
want the
would have. I
practice.
got a 17, but
Okay. Yeah, so this ice knife explodes all around them and pretty heavily damages both of these bears. I mean, they're still up, but they're not looking too happy. That's a lot of damage. That's like 20-something points of damage. Okay. And then this bear just, I mean, people are just attacking him. It's piercing damage. It feels like something just bit him. So he just continues to attack this bear in front of him.
I've got a random question. How close is the grease to the campfire?
I mean, it's on the edge of it.
Okay.
If the fire has a really strong breeze, it might catch it.
Maybe.
Well, I'm just like in my head, I'm thinking, and then the bear's on fire, and now we have to fight a flaming bear because that makes it better.
I don't want to smell that. All right. The bear crits his friend on the ground.
That'll show him.
Yeah. Oh no! I don't want to. No. You know what I said about handful of dice?
Mhm.
Oh, it's worse.
I'll be back in just a minute.
So 19 points of damage on the one on the ground. Still up. Stands up, and I mean, he attacks the other bear and hits him. So, Mark, you started a bear fight.
that was the intent. I have mezzed these two bears.
So now they're just roaring and clawing at each other, and like they're taking out big chunks of flesh. They whatever disease they have makes them sloshy.
Ugh.
This last one, got two targets here. I'm trying to take a bite out of this smaller creature here. Bite the dog, crits.
No. You'll reincarnate, right?
No.
Ish.
That's how that works. You're gonna be okay.
So
You're gonna
the
be
dog
okay, buddy.
takes 15 points of damage.
Oh my god. Live, fuppers.
He's still up.
Oh, thank God.
Does not look very healthy at all, though.
Oh my
it,
gosh.
It pierces his side, and he goes. He doesn't make the barking sound. He just goes, "Ah!"
Could you heal
Just-
him, Justin?
More disconcerting.
Please? Oh my gosh.
He turns to you as he's in his mouth. Says, "This sucks. I'm sorry."
I'm sorry.
And the bear tries to claw him
No.
and hits.
No. Wait,
Okay,
I cast
if he lives
rewind
till my next
time.
turn,
Yeah, he might die.
And the dog gets a swipe to the face and goes down unconscious.
No. Oh.
I'm not going to do that because he's hidden. I'll do that. But the bear's like got him in his mouth. He's like,
Oh my gosh. Okay. That's great. That's great. That's what
Speaking of which, it's his turn.
Hey, dog, mate, you help me make a life save.
No.
Like fun.
Still breathing. Yeah, that's good at least. Mark, it is your turn.
Hey, well, I've successfully neutralized 2/3 of this fight, or 2/3 of that fight, I should explain, and it didn't matter because the third one is killing my dog. All right.
Never told you my name was actually Old Yeller.
No, that freaking movie. I was really young when I saw that the first time.
too young.
Yes, a little too young. Single digit range. Okay, so
That's when any good parent should be showing that movie.
that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. You need to get that impact. What's funny is Bambi didn't do anything to me. I didn't get attached to Bambi, but Old Yeller.
Yeah.
So okay. Gotta save this dog. Would it be possible to dislodge the dog by like damaging the jaw of this thing to the point where maybe the jaw falls off or lets go or something?
Would you like to try that?
Yes, that's
All right.
It's attack or strength. What do you want here?
If you want to just rip it open at strength, you want to try and bonk his noggin, then it's attack.
Let's just rip it open. Let's pull an underworld on this.
Wow. That
Well,
escalated quickly.
You've seen that movie?
No, I know exactly. No, I literally know what you're talking about. But that's like, wow. All right, I'm like, there's
he's
opening the
got
jaw
my dog. Okay.
and removing the jaw.
So straight strength check is gonna be a 17. It's not great.
Okay. Well, no,
it's not.
that's pretty
No, it's
good.
not. I forgot. I actually have. No, that's a saving throw, not a. Never mind.
Right. He tries to drag you down to the ground. That's when you use that saving throw.
Yeah. So,
okay, 17. That's pretty good though. So you go over there and you grab him by the snout and the bottom and just. Okay. You hear stuff popping.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Breath is just foul. And as you're like staring to this thing, you see like there's like teeth that have been like sewn into like inner parts of his mouth.
It's okay. I have advantage on poison.
Yeah.
Oh.
Human teeth have been sewed in.
A lot of different kinds.
That makes it worse somehow.
Why?
Has anyone ever seen Annihilation?
Oh my god.
Actually, have not.
Okay. There's a good bear scene in there.
Oh,
By good, meaning disturbing.
yes.
Cronenberg style.
I mean, maybe this is just me. I actually thought it was like a really cool scene.
I've decided to stop being friends with you. Third, we're not going to hang out
It
anymore.
is. It's like it's creative.
Annihilation. It sounds familiar, but I can't place it. I'll have to look it up later.
Yeah, I think you'd probably enjoy it. Anyway, it drops the dog.
Oh, thank God.
The dog's just on the ground, bleeding, but it's still breathing.
I am going to take a bonus action here.
Yeah.
And baiting which one I want to do, though. That's the thing. These things probably have plenty of constitution. I probably shouldn't even mess with that.
Yeah, you're pretty sure it's kind of weakened at this point, but they had plenty to begin with.
I'm just.
Oh, that movie. Okay, yes, I have seen that. Sorry.
I'm going to go ahead and bonus. So my bonus action is just an attack, which I can do. I think I'm going to blow a key to flurry into this thing.
Gotcha.
And if it matters, I do magical damage.
It'll magically affect him.
If the thing has that kind of DR. So my first swing.
Hold on. But before you do that attack, did you happen to see chat? Braden said something.
But I didn't succeed at ripping the jaw off, unfortunately.
Oh, you didn't? Oh, okay. I thought you had.
I mean, I got its jaw open, but I didn't. I could try to rip the jaw off instead, but I can't do that as a bonus action. So maybe next round I'll try to rip the jaw off.
It takes somebody's strength to rip a jaw off a bear, but I mean, you did a pretty good job.
I'm gonna go for it. Okay, so that's 19 plus something. That's a 20 to hit.
Oh yeah, plenty.
Okay, hang on. So that's my first strike, and then we're going to the unarmed. So these are 2 strikes. That's gonna miss. That's like a 11.
11 does miss. Yeah.
And that's gonna be a 20 something.
Yeah.
So 2 strikes hit. Of course, that's my D6. I don't have my D6. That would be stupid. 2 hits hit. These are going to do 7 damage. And does it have DR?
No.
Okay, so 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 damage total.
11 damage total. All right. So you go over here, rip the jaw open, and he releases the dog, and pummel it around the face.
Oh, except only 2 of those land.
Yeah. You have its full attention.
That was the idea.
Yeah.
I suppose I should ask what my current HP is.
It's 24.
Good to know. That's less
You
than
did
I
get a
thought it
stone
was.
pillar rolled over you.
Yeah, I was going to say that that's not great, but okay.
It's fine.
All right. That's all I can do. That's all I can do.
Okay. Round well spent. May have saved your friend there. Darrow. He stands up. The bear takes a swipe at him because it's just insane now. Misses him. He goes at you. He goes at you, Taston. Like, I want that pretty sword. I want the sword.
I can give it to you, Blade, first.
Thank you.
By the way, did Taston ever get his advantage?
I don't think he's used it yet.
Okay.
Not that he's had to, but yeah, he wants to spear you because like I'll take it, and some of the other things on you too. With an 18,
That hits.
okay. Watch this major damage. 6 points of piercing damage.
Ouch.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, that's right. This is actually probably about as much damage as I've done, all the zero I've done combined so far. We're really pathetic, aren't we? But that's okay. That's okay. We're trying to get stronger. Once I get some more body parts, I'll be stronger.
That's not how that works.
It is. Trust me, I'm a doctor. It's your turn, Ront.
What?
Come.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Ront goes
say...
over and says, I don't think he's a doctor.
Yeah. Ask for his license.
Well, that's a good idea.
Well, the bear's probably making more of a commotion, so Ron's gonna be going for that.
Okay.
With a 7.
Total?
On the dice.
On the dice, so that's a +6. That still does hit.
Okay. Six
Okay.
damage.
Taken. Mark, it seems you still have his attention, but you know, Ront buries his weapon in its side for a little more hurt. Liam, it is your turn. Yeah, so two bears are still fighting. There's still going to be one left at the end, but at least it's there.
How hurt do those bears look?
They're pretty roughed up, but they could probably take a little more punishment. Based on how much damage your ice knife did, you think they could probably take a few more before they went down.
A few more of those. Ouch. Okay.
Yeah.
In that case, I'm going to acid arrow.
Ooh.
That one.
This is the infamous Melf's acid arrow?
Maybe.
Oh, does it just say acid arrow in the thing?
Yeah.
Oh, they removed the Melf part.
Copyright infringement. It was a whole lawsuit.
They copyright infringed themselves?
Hey, stranger things have happened.
Yeah, it's probably just for simplicity's sake. Okay, what do I need to do then?
So first I have to hit, and that's a 13 to hit.
Barely.
But it does.
It does hit.
Okay. So the hit target takes 4d4.
Oh.
$11 points.
Ow. Bear's looking fairly messed up.
And then 2d4 on at the end of its next turn.
Okay. Noted.
And I'm not going to move. I'm going to stay right where I am.
Okay. Then we come to Taston.
All right. You want me to bring the hammer down? It's not a hammer.
I'm not a hammer. What are you doing? But I'll still smite it anyway. It's fine.
Yeah.
You know, Sword, I think he's possessed by the demons to think you're a hammer. You should consider that.
18 to hit.
18 does hit.
9 damage.
9. Ooh. It scorches this Dara pretty good. He's like, oh, now I really want that weapon. It hurts so good.
This dude's not good in the head.
I'm brilliant in the head. That's how I got my PhD.
Insane in the membrane.
Right.
All right, I'm assuming you're done.
Yeah.
All right. Bears. These two other bears continue to fight. Well, first, let's see if this other one falls down. 14 to make the grease save?
Let me double check. I don't think so. Nope, 15.
Okay. So there's more. It's just a mess over there. You know, there's just nobody having a good time. There's just two bears who are all greasy and rumbling around. And they're like, like it's exactly what you'd expect. The one on the ground is just not having a good day. Being on the ground is just not great for combat. Oh my gosh, you can tell he's on death's door. This other one takes a claw to the face for a little bit. So he's pretty badly beat up, but it's obvious who's going to win at this point. This other one, oh my gosh, I hate so many things right now, but I especially hate Mark because he took my meal away from me.
Listen, you're fat enough already. That bear.
It's a lie.
Have you seen yourself in a mirror?
They told me I'd look beautiful. This is the worst spa ever. He tries to bite you.
All right, I'm ready.
13 to hit.
No.
And then the claw comes around, that nasty claw.
That might hit. We'll see.
No, 12.
Nope.
So you deflect every single blow. This thing is not happy. And I take some acid damage now, don't I?
Yep.
It burns. It burns.
Ooh, 6 points.
Oof. This thing is on death's door. It's barely holding on. This light breeze could probably blow it over.
Perfect.
All right.
What's the dog's name?
Bren.
Dim. Is it Rin?
It's Bren.
Bryn, right. That's what I'm screwing up.
I'm just going to yell out, Bryn, bark at it.
Bren's bleeding.
Bryn's not
Bryn's unconscious and bleeding to death right now. He's got some other things on his mind.
Tomberger's like, oh, that's harsh.
No. What would actually happen? Like a picture TV show, and it cuts to Liam. It's like Brim, and then it cuts to the dog who is just
out
just somehow in this crumpled spaghetti mess.
yeah.
He's a little busy.
Mark, it's your turn, Mark.
Okay. I'm gonna try and rip its jaw off
Okay.
and beat it to death with it.
It's a lot easier now. It's almost dead.
So straight strength check.
Strength check.
So I got a +2 here, but that still makes it a 19.
Wow. Okay. So describe to me how this thing is dying because
Okay.
of its.
All right, Franklin, this is for you.
Oh,
I could go straight Underworld, but I think what I'm gonna do. Can I be really just? Can I be okay? So I'm gonna direct this a little bit. So earlier, about 6 seconds ago, a punch came in at an angle at its jaw, and managed to knock out a couple of the teeth that have been sewn in, right, like the human teeth or whatever, thus making a nice flat space. Now, while my hand was still extended, I grabbed the upside of that jaw, and then this turn, I make the strength check, and then pull and just rip the lower jaw off and impale into the skull.
like you do.
And realize it probably died like 10 seconds ago.
yeah. And this is maybe a mercy killing for this thing. It
Yes.
gurgles and slumps over to the side.
Then I
knows
eat
what
its
it did
demonic
wrong.
energy.
Gross.
Super gross.
There's no
And-
demonic power in these things. This is just actually happening.
Okay.
Okay.
Wait, hang on. That was just one attack.
Okay.
So then I'm going to go ahead and scooch over here.
Okay.
I'm trying not to get stabbed. Ugh, okay.
Oh, jeez, hold on.
She just, I get you don't like
There
me
you go.
that much, but Jesus.
Sorry.
All right.
I've been trying to reduce the size of my hilt, but it's just not working.
It's okay. I understand.
Thank you
Let's-
for that sub, Doom Rider. That's awesome.
Oh God! So that's going to be a 21 to hit. This is just a bonus strike. I'm not doing anything fancy.
Okay.
So just a bonus attack.
Watch, he just melts.
It's just a
Just a
D6
bonus
plus
attack.
2. That's all it is. But I did roll a 6, so that's going to be 8.
Okay. Well, with Dawnburger damage, that's enough. You go over to slap this Darrow.
Go down.
Comes over. It's like, you smell good, and then you just pummel his face in.
No, right through the nose, like just straight through there.
Yep. It's like some Fist of the North Star kind of stuff.
Yep. And as I stand there, you are already dead.
Cut back to the dog.
No! Damn it!
All right.
Help my dog! And then I grab Tess and help my dog!
I'm
please.
working on it.
God, please!
Okay.
He's literally
Gun come from? Well, I'm a cleric with a gun now.
Actually, if you think about it, that's just Warhammer at that point.
That's fair.
All right. You done, Mark?
Yeah, that's all I got in the tank.
Okay. There's no point in Darrow going anymore. Ront.
Actually, can I do one last thing?
Okay.
Ron seems confused.
So after having done this, I turn and I say, Drim font or Ferentarin Fritz Litzrefralitz, and I just try to get the whole name out and I stumble constantly.
All right. Make me a check, please.
Oh God. What kind
I
of
look
check?
concerned that he's lost his
Intelligence
mind.
check.
Intelligence check. Now I rolled a 2.
Okay. Who of you understands Draconic in this group? It was you, Liam, right?
Draconic? No, just
Nobody knows Draconic.
Really? Nobody knows Draconic?
How do we not?
No, I know
I need
Common
to-
and
somebody
Abyssal.
I need to learn Draconic.
Okay.
Good Lord.
No idea what that was.
It's just
Like,
Arby's, Wendy's, and Subway.
Yeah,
I think he's summoning something.
he just ordered some extra large fries, I guess.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, no, I mean he's obviously shouting something in Draconic, but whatever it is. Okay.
he's a follower of Bahamut. He's praying to Bahamut.
Oh, yeah. No, that tracks. Okay. He's extra pious today.
I'm not going to correct anyone on that one.
Yes, and doesn't want to say anything out loud, but he secretly knows that followers of Bahamut don't generally pray.
Eh.
And
Ront, what would you like to do?
All right.
No.
Ron's going to hold his action to see what the bear-on-bear fight is going to yield.
Yeah, letting them sort that out and then killing the victor might be the best play there.
Yeah.
He holds his axe off. He's just ready.
Like,
Liam, it's your turn.
Hey, you can cast that spell now.
I think at this point it's going to be overkill.
Well, that's probably true.
Probably.
However, I could do the ice knife again, which may not be such a bad idea. Or no, I know what I'm going to do. Yep, perfect. And there. And I'm going to cast Burning Hands.
Oof. Okay.
I think has a dex save on your part.
Does. Well, I can tell you now that the one on the ground definitely failed.
Okay.
Flaming bear.
The one
Smell the
standing, though,
hair.
I actually rolled an 18 for him.
That makes it. Yep.
All right.
All right. So failed save is 3d6. 8 points. And so 4 points to the one that made it.
Okay. So
I
the
thought
one
that
on
was
the
more powerful. Dang. Close.
I think you can upcast it to get better results.
Yeah.
So the one on the ground dies. It has had its last haya, and it goes down burning. The one that's still standing, and he made the save. He's still standing, but just barely. And now he's angry, hurt, and on fire.
Well, this keeps getting better.
All right, Teston, it's your turn.
First and foremost, I am going to cast just had it. Spare the Dying on Bren.
Okay. So the wound congeals, and you can tell he's not in danger of bleeding out now.
All right, and I'll tell Ron, go for it. And
Okay.
then uh 18.
Oh, that's a hit.
Okay.
Can he do it?
8.
Yes, he can. And he charges forward and chops the spear as it's wheeling around to find its next victim. And it goes down. And with that, there seem to be no more enemies present. Do a quick check around, and it seems clear. The only thing is that this place now really, really smells, because a lot of things got fire and were burned by acid.
Did the grease catch on fire? I'm just wondering.
It's going to burn a little bit. Yeah.
So we have
There's
another
not-
light source.
There's not an inferno or anything like that, but you probably don't want to go over there with a bunch of burning, unless you want to cause one.
I cast Control Flame.
There it is.
You actually want to cause an inferno.
Spread. Oh, sorry.
I am going to burn all of this organic material.
All the time. Yep.
Yeah, I'll actually help like toss some of the corpses into the pile.
Exterminatus.
Because there's a burr over there, and then there's like the 2 Draugr over there or whatever.
Okay, gotcha. So you're pushing stuff over. Liam is over there, like directing flame to go in certain places.
Yeah, get in the fire.
Yeah,
Grow,
like this.
Grow.
Yeah.
I'm going to be healing the dog.
Okay. How much are you giving him?
I will do.
It's not a lot, obviously.
I took a crit, man.
Look, I'm just saying that you suck. Okay, it's not your fault.
Wow.
Just
A celestial dog, and that's your go-to, huh?
look. No, he's cool. I'm glad he's still alive. I would never have lived that down. Hey, so
it's a bad look. I'm just going to say.
Where's my dog?
Yeah.
we met an undead rotten bear thing, and it ate him.
Plus side, you probably need better protectors.
Yeah. I'm going to cast Cure Wounds at 2nd level.
Okay. Oh, you've got the Grave Cleric thing too, don't you?
Well, that's how I was able to stabilize him. Now, hindsight, of course, and now that we're out of battle, I should have used Sentinel Death's Door when he took the critical hit, and that would have turned it into a normal attack, but did not see that until a good minute and a half after that happened.
Yeah. But I think you've got something else too, which if someone's at 0 HP, you do max healing as a Grave Cleric.
That's true. You do have advantage just sitting there. I want to use that at some point.
Oh yeah, it's Circle of Mortality, max die healing when healing from 0. This is literally that. Okay, so then if I'm casting at level 2, that would be 16 hit points back to the dog.
Okay. Plus your wisdom. Let's see, what is your wisdom?
Wisdom modifier is 4. So 20 back.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. So most of the dog's wounds go away almost instantly with that cure. And it pops up like it's still ready to fight, but calms down almost immediately when it sees that things are under control and are being burned. And you see it wrinkle up its nose, and it's like, oh, of all the forms to have, one that has keen smell.
Sorry.
Yeah.
It actually like buries its nose in the ground.
Yeah.
Like, good job though. Ah. Wow. I knew it was stinky on the material plane, but I never imagined.
Oh, you have no idea.
Yep.
You should have seen my college dorm room.
So things around this room of interest.
Yes.
Because there's a lot of weird but potentially interesting stuff around here. So you see their crude experiment station over here. And it has kind of what you would expect on there from what you've seen of the bears.
Wait. Is this going to be Aliens 4?
You see a bear in the jar.
No.
Yeah, it's so for those of you who don't
With
remember, that's where Ripley goes to the clone room and like there's all the not fully developed.
The French Aliens film.
Yes, that one.
I honestly, that's the only way I remember it. I saw it once and then I never saw it again.
I don't blame you.
A bear with Duro head, a Duro with a bear head.
Yeah.
No, it's not that advanced. Although you think they probably would do that if they knew how. But there are literally different parts from animals, and you think it looks like a few humanoid creatures just there. And they have been like sewing them together. There's literally just equipment around here. There's also what looks like written in Undercommon, some very crude alchemical arcana demonology notes.
I'll take those.
Yeah, this is stuff that you have no doubt, Liam, it is wrong, but somebody had the idea in the first place. And it is 100% related to Demogorgon. It is mentioned by name several times.
When you say wrong, what do you mean?
You're like, arcanely, this would never work.
Okay.
This is
2
literally
plus
just
3 equals 7.
Yeah, it's like, our ultimate goal is to have another head, so therefore get a head and sew it on your shoulder. It's like that's not going to work.
Look, it's just logic.
But it also has it's very evident from these notes and what they've been doing that this little phaser is carving, which you just from the notes, there's no way they did this. It appears like they found it this way or somebody else did it. This is being used as a focus / power source for that. And as you can see, it kind of curls out into the hallway over here as well. Right here, there is a gate. This one actually looks fairly sturdy. But you can see through it. It's made of iron bars, and it has a lock on it. You do find on one of the cultists a key that obviously fits it, which is a good thing, because if you came in from the other side, it would probably be pretty hard to get through. Everything else in here is like flea-ridden bedrolls. There's just buckets full of this fungi right here.
The flea-ridden bedrolls, please?
I was actually just going to say, I throw those on the fire too.
Yeah, thank you,
Yeah.
thank you.
It looks like there's a path that they perhaps have been using, which they would have had to squeeze through, but being small creatures, they could do that, which leads further into this complex. And yeah, it looks like they also have this wineskin they've been sharing that has some it smells like alcohol if you get really close and actually take, a little bit of whiff, but there's no way you want to share that.
It's embalming fluid.
Pitch it in the fire.
Yeah.
Yep.
Definitely alcoholic. So yeah, that's what's in here. It looks like they were also they got these bears from some trader they stole them from. You actually find his invoices and stuff here. You suspect he's probably been distributed already. What's even worse, these things were exotic bears. They were polar bears. You couldn't even tell because their fur was just so badly messed up. They were experiment subjects.
And I'm sorry, did I miss what the purple node rocks
the purple
are?
stuff, yes. That, is kind of exactly what it looks like. It's some little bits of purplish stone, probably obsidian or something like that. It's a bit chipped and worn. It looks like they placed them here. It's not natural, or it doesn't look like they've been here for a while. There's nothing on the notes or anything on them. If you would like to, you can make an Arcana check though on them,
I'll give that a try.
or investigation. Either will work.
Both are same flat rate.
Mm-hmm.
4. I have no clue.
Yeah.
Yep, it's purple rock. Move
I'll
on.
make an attempt. Hang on. Just investigate. My case, which is straight int, which is +0, which makes it a 17.
Okay.
I got a 15.
Okay.
Wow.
So both Liam and Mark, you suspect that they were trying to arrange these in a ley line enhancing pattern, but they don't know what they were doing.
2 + 3 = 7.
Yep. Right material though for some rituals, mainly necromantic type stuff. But you don't think it really had much effect aside from maybe messing with whatever they were doing here in weird ways.
Job. Toss it in the fire.
Not sure if they're gonna burn.
Boom.
I guess.
Shards everywhere.
Oh no.
Well, you mentioned necromantic stuff, so I'm picturing like bones and organs.
Yeah.
And stuff.
Yeah. I mean, like when I say necromantic, they're not like inherently necromantic. It's like saying bat poop is inherently evocation. It's just component.
Yeah, got it. Into the fire. All right. So why are we down here again? I feel like I missed the memo here.
We did, because there was something else that happened before you.
That's true. But I'm sorry. What I'm saying is, I'm saying that in character because Mark just was following you.
Honestly, I'm trying to remember why we had come down here.
Just as a refresher, you came down here. I know it's been like a month or so. You came down here to regroup with Bupido, Asha, Glabagul, and find like area perhaps that she had gone in there because she had disappeared. Like basically everybody had disappeared or gone.
Right.
And this is the only place where they had been.
Well, we have a path we can go through the door, right?
Yep. You got this door. If you really want, well, I don't think anybody except the dog could squeeze through there. And then you got the way you came.
Okay. Before we go any farther, I'm going to cast Healing Word on myself.
Okay.
I wouldn't mind a heal if you have one, because I'm at less than a half health, but it's not the biggest priority.
Half health. Yeah, I got you. Let me go ahead.
I mean, I'm sorry. I say that I don't mean that as a joke. Like, I don't want to be a bother. I don't know what your mana pool is like right now.
I've got like one more until I need to rest if I want to get more healing spells.
Okay, let's not rest here. Let me go ahead and suggest that officially.
Yeah.
All right, so I get 7 back.
Let's rest next to the fire. It's the cleanest place in this room.
Just go to sleep choking
Through
on the ash.
incineration.
Yes. Cough. And
All right, and then Mark. You get 10.
Ooh.
And Bront only took 3, right?
Something very low. Yeah, he did.
Okay. So after I rest, I can either fix him up if he doesn't heal and or fix myself up because I'm still down. Still down 18 hit points.
Fun fact, I am still below half health.
Actually, where's Bryn at? Good, not so good, midway.
Pretty good actually.
Okay.
He looks pretty healthy. He's like, I feel fine.
You doing okay, Bryn?
Yeah. It's been a while since I had to fight something.
Oof, you did good. I'm sorry we didn't get you there sooner. Or rather, I'm sorry I didn't get there sooner for you. Sorry, let me say that correctly.
Oh, on the line of duty.
Well, hopefully we won't have to do that again.
Yeah.
Well, if it means fighting, evil creatures and freeing the press and that sort of stuff, so be it. Thornberg's like, finally somebody who gets it.
You. Oh God! I just realized they're going to both team up against me. That's where this is going.
The sword,
the sword, and the dog are going to be against the demon.
At some point in time, the dog's going to take
smite evil dog, and dog's like, let's just take.
I'm going to notice that like Dawnbringer's gone, and then the sword's going to be in the dog's mouth, and the dog is running away to adventure without us.
Yeah,
smiting evil throughout the land.
Mm-hmm.
Call me Sif. Well.
So this is doubly funny. Right now I'm reviewing Pokemon Sword and Shield, and the legendary of Pokemon Sword is a dog with a sword in its mouth.
Wow.
Yep. It's like it writes itself.
Yep.
By the way, I am also casting Prestidigitation.
Okay.
Oh, to clean himself up?
That too. But also I'm going to cause the smoke from the fire to start wafting up the path that is too thin for anyone else.
Oh, gross. Okay. You're making me
I'll
break
do.
out the map and see exactly where this goes. Okay. All right. You do so. And it's wafting down there. If there's anyone down there, they're probably not having a good time. You don't hear or see anything coming from it at the moment. So, you have a suspicion just by the way the smoke's going through that it probably goes a fairly large distance.
So I'm assuming we should go listen, or not listen, but go look at the gate.
Sure, if you'd like to do that.
Yeah.
Get over there, and it looks like it connects to a corridor similar to the stuff that you've seen before, which goes left and right. You do a quick peek left, do a quick peek right. It goes on for a little ways, but it looks like in the lefternmost area, probably about just at the edge of the light range of Dawnbringer. You see what looks like another gate similar to this one that's hanging open.
Okay. Who's got the key?
Let me roll strength.
Right.
Okay, that's
you
a
want-
22.
Okay.
No, has the key, not is the key.
You asked. I'm cool. I'm trying to show off for my new friend. Okay, shut up.
You're like, I got this.
Yeah.
These bars are too strong.
Oh wow! With a 22.
Yes.
By the way, that was me rolling a 20. I cannot do better than that.
these are nothing like the ones that you broke through. over here.
Wow!
You take a grip and you're like, all right.
I am legitimately. Yeah, it's like when you start to get a lid off and you know it's not not. It's like,
Yeah,
oh.
yeah. You take a brace. You're like, that was my best attempt. You probably need almost superhuman strength to bend these.
Wow. Okay.
The real deal.
Wow. Yeah.
I'm just going to look over, pull out the key. Maybe we should try this.
Oh, you didn't tell me you had the key. Okay. Yeah.
It clicks and it's unlocked. It's still very heavy to open.
I got this. Hang on. I'm going to do a
Make a
separate
strength
roll
check.
for this. Yeah. Shoot. It rolled off the table. There we go. Perfect. 4.
Okay. It's rusty.
Yeah, it's just
Dog's over there with his hand on his ears. I have keen hearing too.
Sorry.
Had.
Yeah, sorry about this. Sorry about this.
You have to do that thing where you go.
Yeah. Hang on. Almost. Just give me a little.
Oh
there we go.
God.
There we go. Job well done. No need to thank me.
Doom Rider put in the lore break.
Yeah. Yep. Just, okay. It's open. Cool.
The dog says, "Are we sneaking?"
Not anymore.
Not so much.
Charge.
Right. I suppose it's a little bit hard with the light of glory there as well.
Well, I can't see without it, so.
No, fair enough. I can't either.
Wait, you can't?
No.
Oh.
I am a dog.
No, I get that, but I figured Celestial Dog, you get night vision as an added bonus.
No, it's just black and white.
Yeah, well, it not at my current level.
Ah.
I'm actually a really weak and pathetic dog.
Well, I mean, they have to have some people to perform the duties at the lower ranks to do the mundane jobs before you head up
true.
until the upper ranks.
It's necessary. The janitors, they're
you're like,
So we get the dog that's the intern?
Yes.
I wouldn't call no. I'm not an intern, trust me.
So you're below an inch. Oh my God.
I'm not in the doghouse. I mean, I am, but I'm not.
Is
There
it
it is.
tomorrow yet?
Look, I mean, I wouldn't expect mortals to know a whole lot about it because, obviously you've not visited the Seven Heavens before, but there's a very strict, I don't want to call it pecking order, but structure. Right? And I just happen to not be, start off as a great hero, so I start off doing this. Well, trust me, this has actually turned out to be a little more, to be honest, I thought I was just going to be a message boy. But I actually get to fight evil. This is actually okay.
Stick with us. We're going to be fighting lots of evil. Trust me.
Good. That's what I'm about.
And we're going to level you up, and we're going to get you up that
Dawnbringer.
hierarchy.
Tell them about fighting evil.
Yeah. You too.
Well, it's something we just don't do enough of. We need to do a little bit more.
By a little,
Every day.
I mean,
it needs to be there needs to be a conveyor belt of evil coming towards us at all times.
That we must smite.
I mean, something we got to work on is getting it so you people don't have to sleep so we can fight evil during that time.
If you can figure out a way so we don't have to sleep, Dawnbringer,
Right.
you're listening.
Speaking of which, I think we should find somewhere to rest at least for
there's
a few
fire
hours.
back there. We could.
Yeah. And I don't want to sleep in the smelly, nasty place.
I mean, yeah. How far is it? No, because we have to go back.
This is not the good place.
Can you burn a section? Like, could you burn really? Like, get a fire going and then just smear an area, and then we let the fire go out, so it's at least like burned clean, and we can just rest in like that spot you have cleared out. Like, we could mundanely get a fire going, and then you cast control fire. And then...
So sanitation through Inferno.
Yeah. Just to sanitize some spots we could rest in.
Yes.
All right.
Ish.
It'll take a little while, but
Hang on. There we go. Got the fire.
Yeah.
Going. Got the fire going. Let's do it.
You realize you don't need to do that because I can prestidigitate a fire.
Listen, I'm trying to show off my dog friend. Nobody's really with me on this today.
You could always just ask, "Hey, start a fire." Hey.
But in all seriousness, like, I don't know another option. Like, we could go forward into the unknown or back into the hellscape that you needed people to navigate through, and I needed to follow you to navigate through.
I'm saying we should proceed forward and find somewhere ahead of us
and hope.
Well, I mean, hopefully we're getting very close or closer to Bubidos.
That's valid. That's valid. All right. Yeah. I'm with it. Let's do it.
Okay. So the question is left towards that gated area or right towards the more unknown?
Probably at least want to check the open gate, see where it goes.
Okay. So it's just on the edge of the light. It's about 60, 70-ish feet over. So you head down that area, and it looks like the gate offers its path that's open and also another one that's not gated. So there's a split there. The gate area goes into this somewhat smaller but still winding tunnel that it looks like, I mean, you look down there, a short jog, and I mean, it's pretty winding. It looks like you'd have to go a little ways to really find out where this goes. Same way with the other direction.
All right.
What's behind the gate?
It's just more pathway. It really just seemed to be a gate in between pathways.
But it doesn't seem like it's winding like the other side is.
I mean, yes and no. All the passageways in here are winding along at certain points. One thing that will begin common here is that in between inhabited areas or rooms, it can be almost literally hundreds of feet of passageway.
Okay.
You don't hear anything coming down from either direction, which maybe good, maybe bad.
Well, check the other way. See what it shows down in this direction.
Okay. You go about 100 or so feet, and then you do start hearing something. It sounds like wind, and you would recognize the sound pretty quickly as what you'd hear when and you've heard this traveling before, when there happens to be some area of wind down here, and it's in a narrow area. It's just like wind whipping along, narrow areas and rocks and caverns, that kind of stuff. So it sounds like that's up ahead, but it's far past your vision range.
Okay. Sounds like more of a natural construction rather than something where somebody would dwell, potentially.
Maybe.
Okay. Well, not much to the right. Sounds like a natural pathway. I'm not sure if that means it leads towards somewhere inhabited, but the paths to the left seem to actually go deeper in, but maybe actually lead to a dwelling. I mean, its directions were stay on the path, don't deviate from the path, but the path really doesn't kind of continue on after this point, aside from gate to gate. So maybe that's what we use as a marker point, is go to the next gate and then follow the general path.
That's not a bad idea.
Okay.
And I just realized I've totally forgotten my accent.
It was implied. It was implied. All right. Well, I'm game if you guys are.
All right. Towards the gated area it is.
I should probably mention it's 11:20 here.
Yeah, the question is, how late do we want to go?
I should probably mention I've been staying up late for about a week solid right now. Not
So
really.
very late, because you're used to it. No. Let's just give it like 5 more minutes. How about that? Just to set up what's happening next.
Okay.
And then
Okay.
I have.
So
The next combat.
15 mind flayers
Yep.
swarm out of the walls.
How'd you know? How'd you know?
Because they're coming out of the walls. I mentioned
Yeah.
it earlier.
No, I think Liam will like this place.
Oh, no.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Lots of flammable things.
Well, everything's flammable depending on how you look at it.
That's true.
So you go probably about 200 or so feet. It's not a straight shot. It's left and right, but you're heading that way. The caverns narrow to about 15 feet wide, so it is getting smaller. And as you're going forward, you start to see the familiar phaserous glow coming from up above. You're obviously heading into an area that is beginning to be inundated with it.
Oh joy.
Yeah. So you round one of the corners, and the cavern opens up rather suddenly as you look around it. And this place has a familiar smell of death and decomposed flesh. And phasers is just everywhere in this cavern, and it is very active, like there's a wind current pushing it, although you can't hear or feel one. So it's just flowing around like fog, and it is bouncing off and being obscured by these dark shapes which are just stumbling around in this cavern. They look humanoid-ish, and you know, since you're using some light, you can see what these things are. These are obviously undead denizens of the Underdark. There's Darrow, there's more Darrow than anything. There's, you know, see a few Drow. There are a few Duragar here, and they're all obviously undead of some sort, mindless undead, as they're just shambling around. But you see that the Phaserus seems to have had some effect on them, as it seems to almost just be clinging to them as it's, you know, flowing around like fog. And you know, Liam, this is something that you probably suspect may be happening, but the Phasers does seem to be animating these in some way. You can tell that almost instantly. And there is a ledge in this cavern as well, just on the far edge of it. And it's about 15 feet up, and there seems to be a figure that's obviously not, you know, undead of some sort. It's just sitting there squatting, the single Darrow that is just watching these things shamble around.
We may have taken a wrong turn.
I think this is probably a good place to end before somebody does something here.
Yeah, just throw a fireball in there. Just
Slowly
see what
back
happens.
away.
Yeah. Because as the Darrow will just call out, like, "Who's there? I can smell you."
It's the smoke from the last room. Just,
Yeah,
just,
must
just
be.
Yeah,
ignore it.
it's nothing.
Yeah, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense considering there shouldn't be any way to smell anything in this room aside from decaying flesh, but that's what he says.
Mhm. So you still got that gun?
No! Never had one.
Gotta go into the city and find one. I'll give away there is a gun in the city.
Gosh.
It's very expensive. All right, and we'll come back to that next time.